Our top focus, Prime Minister Modi has been featured on the cover of Newsweek, a US magazine. In an exclusive interview on the magazine, Prime Minister Modi said that India has a great record of fulfilling promises and that the government's popularity is growing even after 2 terms. So Prime Minister Modi, of course, is the second Indian Prime Minister after Indira Gandhi to be featured on Newsweek magazine.
In fact, after Indira Gandhi, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the second Indian Prime Minister to feature on the cover of the Newsweek, and this is a very important interview where he talks about the upcoming Lok Sabha elections and also about his confidence to come back to power, and also about his legacy and India's relationship with China and also with Pakistan. So on the current Lok Sabha elections, he has said very clearly in this interview that normally the trend is that in the second terms, the governments start losing confidence of the people, and we have seen in the recent years that how governments across the world have faced discontent, but in India the opposite things are happening where the people are trusting the government, the current government, more and more. This is what the Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said in this interview. And he also talked about India's relationship with China, where he said that our relationship with China is important and is very significant. And he also believes that the current standoff with China should be resolved as early as possible to normalize the relationship between India and China. And he also talked about the protection of minorities in India. He says there is a wrong perception that minorities are not safe in India. He said that all the minorities, even they themselves feel very safe in India because his government's policies are very clear. Sabka saath, sabka vikas, sabka vishwas. That's why the government's programs and schemes are reaching to everybody irrespective of religion.
Now, less than 10 days to go for the first phase of the big general elections, and the clear focus is Tamil Nadu that votes in a single phase on 19th of this month. The Prime Minister is on a whirlwind tour of the state. In Vellore, he tore into DMK and the Congress, calling them anti-Tamil. This as he raked up the Kejriwal issue yet again.
பாசிசத்தை வீழ்த்த இந்தியாவை காக்க உங்கள் ஸ்டாலின் அழைக்கிறேன்.
The Kejriwal Island making a comeback on the Tamil Nadu election trail. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi, campaigning in Vellore and Coimbatore, accused the DMK and Congress of ceding the uninhabited 285-acre island to Sri Lanka and keeping the people of Tamil Nadu in the dark over the transfer.
बीते वर्षों में उस आइलैंड के पास जाने पर तमिलनाडु के हजारों मछुआरे गिरफ्तार हुए हैं। एनडीए सरकार ऐसे मछुआरों को निरंतर रिहा कराकर वापस ला रही है। डीएमके कांग्रेस सिर्फ मछुआरों के ही नहीं बल्कि देश के भी गुनहगार है।
वहां के उस द्वीप पे कोई रहता है क्या?
वो तो ये कह रहे हैं कि जो मछुआरों को द्वीप को देकर के मछुआरों को अरेस्ट करा करके फिर छुड़ाने का कांग्रेस पार्टी सिंपैथी गेन करने का
ये बेकार बातें करती है मोदी जी, बिना सिर पैर की।
The Prime Minister also accused the DMK of indulging in family politics, corruption and an anti-Tamil culture. The Dravidian party, he claimed, has the copyright to indulge in corruption in Tamil Nadu. Over the years, nearly 500 Indian fishermen have been shot dead by the Lankan Navy for trespassing into Lankan waters. The larger picture, with no major ally in Tamil Nadu, Modi is reaching out to the fishing community who could improve prospects for the BJP in at least 5 seats. Calling the ceding of Kejriwal a historical blunder by the Congress in 1974, the ruling DMK questions the BJP on what has it done over the last 10 years to retrieve Kejriwal. The Prime Minister's big focus on Tamil Nadu comes amid a tough battle for the BJP in the southern state. The BJP does not have any big ally in Tamil Nadu. After the AIADMK snapped ties, the party is locked in three-way battles on many seats with the DMK and the AIADMK. The 2019 Lok Sabha polls, the BJP got 3.6% votes and won no seats in Tamil Nadu. 2 years later, in the state election, the BJP got 2.6% votes and 4 assembly seats. This election, two younger leaders, State President K. Annamalai and Union Minister of State L. Murugan, have been promoted by the BJP in the hope for better electoral gains. The big question, despite the PM's push, will the BJP make gains? With Alok Pandey in Chennai with Suresh, Sam Daniel, for NDTV.
Meanwhile, DMK MP Kanimuri has hit out at the Prime Minister, claiming that DMK has been raising the issue of Kachativu for 10 years, but PM and the BJP had ignored it throughout. She claimed that the BJP is speaking on it now to distract from other main issues.
Ma'am, you've been speaking about all these issues on your campaign trail, but the issue the BJP has been speaking about is Kachativu, saying that the DMK gave it up in collusion with the Congress. How do you respond to that?
The Prime Minister has been in government for nearly 10 years, and we've raised this issue many times in Parliament, and we've never got a reply, either 0 hour or a discussion or a question hour. We've never got a reply, and Prime Minister himself has never raised it all these years. Even when he went to Sri Lanka, he never spoke about it. And suddenly, after 10 years, he suddenly realizes that Kachativu is an issue, and he is speaking about it. I think it is just to divert attention from the electoral bonds and also from what's happening in the Indo-China border.
Okay, so you don't see that impacting in a constituency like Thoothukudi, which has a large fisherman population?
No, yesterday I was in those areas, and I don't think people take it as an issue. They know what he's up to.
Now to Assam, where all eyes are on the prestigious seat of Jorhat. Congress Deputy Leader in Lok Sabha, Gaurav Gogoi, is contesting against sitting BJP MP Tapan Gogoi. It's a prestige battle for both of them, as Gaurav Gogoi faces the challenge of maintaining his winning streak from a new seat where BJP has a strong presence, and to present himself as the face of Congress in national politics. Ratnadeep Chaudhary and Sanjay Chakraborty report.
It's a battle between two Gogois in Jorhat, Gaurav and Tapan. Once a Congress bastion, now a BJP stronghold since 2014. The constituency is a prestige battle for both sides. The Ahum factor is also key to the contest. 41 years old Gaurav Gogoi starts his day early, reaching out to voters of Jorhat. Gaurav has ancestral roots in Jorhat, and his father, late Tarun Gogoi, Assam's 3-time Chief Minister, had represented Jorhat in Lok Sabha twice in the 70s. Before he returned to the state politics, Gaurav says his fight for Jorhat is beyond his family legacy.
I have not worked in Jorhat for the last 10 years. I was in a neighboring district far from Jorhat, with the response that we are seeing from all sections of society and the way the BJP have also responded. It seems as if even the BJP were not prepared for me to contest from this seat. And this campaign is not about an individual. This campaign is not about a specific political party. This campaign is about the people. I'm fighting for the right of tea garden workers who don't get a sufficient living wage, and we are fighting for the idea of democracy, because people in Assam, especially in Jorhat, they have opposed the Citizenship Amendment Act, but they don't have the space to exercise their right to protest.
Gogoi is trying to reach out to the far-flung areas and to the villages and tea gardens, holding more than a dozen meetings every day, trying to meet the voters. The challenge for him is that not only this is a new constituency, but several Congress leaders from this area have left the Congress and switched over to the BJP. Cut to the campaign on the other side. BJP has fielded the sitting MP Tapan Gogoi, a former student leader in Assam and a former Assam minister. Tapan faces a challenge of another kind. He is campaigning in a wheelchair after he fractured his leg, but Tapan is sure he will overcome this temporary handicap.
19 अप्रैल आने दीजिए, 19 अप्रैल तो चुनाव होगा, सब लोगों ने बीजेपी को वोट देगा और 4 जून आने दीजिए, तो उस दिन हम बात करेंगे। तो हम लोग जो बोला है अभी, हम जो बोला है उसी सही होगा। डेली हम 10, 12, 13 ऐसे मीटिंग हम चुनाव का मीटिंग हम लोग कर रहा हूँ। अभी भी मेरा मीटिंग है, इसलिए कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, तो हम जीतेंगे 100%।
BJP Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sharma has thrown his weight behind Tapan. Several of his top ministers and the party's state leadership have been stationed there. The question is, will BJP retain Jorhat?
We are looking forward a bright future. So we will go with the government who gave us these facilities and who provided us with all the sources for our development. Like during this government rule, we got this employment opportunities.
The Ahom community and the tea garden workers make up the majority of the voters in Jorhat. Both Congress's Gaurav Gogoi and BJP's Tapan Gogoi are from the Ahom community. Seen as a youth icon, Gaurav is busy crisscrossing this vast constituency to win over the youth. As the sitting MP, Tapan is on home turf, while Gaurav Gogoi has a family legacy to bank. Tapan is also backed by the might of the BJP juggernaut in Assam under Himanta Biswa Sharma. To dub Jorhat a clash of the titans may be an exaggeration, but it promises to be a keenly fought contest. With camera person Sanjay Chakravarti in Jorhat, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
We'll head into a short break at this point. News and updates will continue on NDTV. Welcome back. Now, the Lokayukta has in fact issued a notice to Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister DK Shivakumar in a disproportionate assets case. Lokayukta has sought documents linked to the case. Remember, the matter was transferred to the Lokayukta after the Siddaramaiah government withdrew previous BJP government's consent to CBI for investigation. My colleague Pratibha has more.
Well, the Lokayukta police did register the disproportionate assets case, like you mentioned in the beginning of this year. This actually followed the Congress government withdrawing consent to the CBI for the DA case against him. And this was sometime in November last year. And the case was referred to the Lokayukta police then. The CBI has even challenged both of these orders of the state government. One is of withdrawal of consent, and the other is the reference of this case to the Lokayukta before the High Court, where it is still pending. Meanwhile, the Lokayukta police registered an FIR as well and have written to the CBI seeking the case file to be handed over to them. Now, this is a procedure that follows all of this, where they've reached out to DK Shivakumar, the Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister, asking him to file whatever documents as well as related evidences that were submitted to the CBI. This could be a routine exercise that is being followed by the Lokayukta, considering it is the state's investigation agency. But on the other hand, yes, like you pointed out, the timing of this comes a little ahead of the Lok Sabha election, just when Karnataka is preparing itself for the phase 2, where it is heading into the election mode.
Now, the Supreme Court was unsparing in its rare reprimand during a hearing in the Patanjali misleading ads case. Rejecting Ramdevs' apology, the Supreme Court said it's not even worth the piece of paper it's written on. The top court said it has no intention of being generous in the case and that Patanjali and the authorities should be ready to face consequences. In fact, the top court added that Uttarakhand government officials were hand in glove with Patanjali in playing with lives of thousands who were misled by Patanjali in its advertisement of fake medicines during the pandemic.
See, next date is 16th of April and it's a very important day because Supreme Court today said that they are not accepting Ramdev and Balkishan's apology, unconditional and unqualified apology. So, as April 16 is the next date, they have to appear again. Supreme Court will decide whether to go further on contempt against these two, or if there is something else, because from Ramdev and Balkishan, Mukul Rohgi appeared for them and assured the court that they want to give public apology also in the and if court wants they are ready to give public apology also to the court. Supreme Court has to decide whether to take this case further in contempt proceeding, start the trial of contempt against these two, or what will happen to them, or pardon them on the affidavit filed. But Supreme Court today categorically rejected their affidavits. It means the trouble of these two, Ramdev and Balkishan, is not finished. Now they have to face again the court questioning, and it's a very important question because Supreme Court today also says these apologies, unconditional and unqualified apologies, are just a piece of paper for them. So 16 April is a very important date for them.
News now from the national capital, and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal did not get an urgent hearing in Supreme Court. Now, the AAP chief had challenged the High Court order which rejected his plea against his ED arrest, but the Supreme Court did not in fact allow an urgent hearing, and most likely the petition will come up for hearing next week. This even as BJP carried out a protest in the national capital on Wednesday demanding Kejriwal's resignation. And more turmoil within the Aam Aadmi Party. Delhi Government Minister Rajkumar Anand resigned on Wednesday. In fact, Mr. Anand was the Social Welfare Minister in the Kejriwal government. He has not only stepped down as a minister but resigned from the party as well. AAP, meanwhile, has said that the minister has resigned under ED pressure.
राजकुमार आनंद, मैं दिल्ली सरकार में मंत्री हूं, मेरे पास 7 पोर्टफोलियो हैं, लेकिन आज मैं बहुत व्यथित हूं, इसलिए आप लोगों को मैं अपना दुख साझा करने आया हूं। मेरे लिए मंत्री पद पर रहकर इस सरकार में काम करना असहज हो गया है। मैं अब इस पार्टी, इस सरकार और अपने मंत्री पद से इस्तीफा दे रहा हूं, क्योंकि मैं इन भ्रष्ट आचरणों में अपना नाम नहीं जुड़वाना चाहता।
यही है राजकुमार आनंद, जिनके यहाँ 23 घंटे तक ईडी का छापा पड़ा था। पूरी की पूरी भारतीय जनता पार्टी ऊपर से लेकर नीचे तक चिल्ला चिल्ला कर कह रही थी राजकुमार आनंद भ्रष्ट है। सारा केंद्रीय नेतृत्व, इनके बड़े बड़े नेता, नड्डा जी हो, अनुराग ठाकुर हो, पीयूष गोयल हो, सबने बयान दिया राजकुमार आनंद भ्रष्ट है। देखना आपको यह है बीजेपी का चाल चरित्र और चेहरा आज से लेकर कल तक, या हो सकता है जल्दी ही आपको दिखाई पड़ जाए वो व्यक्ति जिसके लिए खुद भाजपाई नड्डा से लेके अमित शाह से लेके मोदी तक सारे लोग कह रहे थे कि ये भ्रष्ट है, कल उसको माला पहनाते हुए शामिल करते हैं कि नहीं, ये पूरी दुनिया देख लेगी।
Now, there's double whammy for the TMC days ahead of the elections. The Calcutta High Court has ordered court-monitored CBI investigation into all the cases that have been filed in Sandesh Khali, including allegations of rape, atrocities on women and land grab. The court has also pulled up Bengal police for filing an FIR against NIA officials on their recent raids in Bengal. Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed a rally in Balurghat on Wednesday and raised the Sandesh Khali issue once again.
So the order has come up today, and the Honorable Court has handed over the investigation to the CBI, because only an independent agency could investigate in the matter, as the accusations and allegations were against the police authorities.
The Calcutta High Court has handed over all cases filed in Sandesh Khali related to land grab, harassment of women and extortion to the CBI. Earlier, the court had pulled up the state government, saying even if one of the affidavits filed were true, the administration and the ruling dispensation would have to take 100% moral responsibility. The Trinamool Congress responded to the development, saying in many cases CBI probes haven't yielded results, and it is the Trinamool Congress that has returned money to the people.
What is CBI doing about Suvendu Adhikari? So this CBI and central agencies, they became frontal organizations of Bharatiya Janata Party. And Honorable Court, most unfortunate, Court is patronizing this kind of politics.
Earlier in the day, Union Home Minister Amit Shah addressed a rally in West Bengal's Balurghat and hit out at Mamata Banerjee and the Trinamool Congress over its stance on central agencies. The NIA, which had to face an angry mob in Bhupati Nagar, also got a reprieve from the Calcutta High Court.
ममता दीदी NIA पर केस रजिस्टर कर बम ब्लास्ट करने वालों को बचाना चाहती है। ममता दीदी शर्म करो आप बम ब्लास्ट के आरोपियों को बचाना चाहती हो। आप चिंता मत करिए बंगाल वालों, हाई कोर्ट ने NIA को जांच दी है, सबको उल्टा लटका कर सीधा कर दिया जाएगा, आप चिंता मत करिए।
Can this be at all stated by a minister, home minister of any nation? What Mr. Amit Shah ji has said, it is just making it clear that they just do not want to maintain the process of law. They will take law in their own hands और सबको उल्टा लटका के they will make them straight.
The functioning of central agencies has become a major political issue in this election, as these central agencies find themselves caught in the crosshairs during political street fights over their functioning. Even as the Trinamool Congress labels them as frontal organizations of the BJP, while the BJP defends them, saying they're only doing their jobs. This as courts continue to hand over probes to these agencies. With camera person GD Shankar in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
With that, it's a wrap from my end. Keep watching NDTV.